Hi there, Leos. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at April 3 through April 9. Every cloud has a silver lining. And Leos, even though the forecast for this week is mainly cloudy with a chance of a thunderstorm or two, we will get some sun showers and a ray of sunshine at one point. The first sunbeam is late Wednesday, April 5, when Mars makes a productive Earth trine to Pluto. If you don't take advantage of this trine this week, you'll get a second shot in October. There is big news early the next day, April 6th, when Saturn goes out of phase. The good news about the Saturn retrograde is that success will be yours if you buckle down and tackle any unfinished business. The next 5 months of the Saturn retrograde period are not good times to try to change the status quo, especially in Saturn ruled areas like your career or dealing with authority figures. There's another day of sunshine expected Friday, April 7, when Jupiter sits opposite the Sun. This restless face off occurs once a year and brings with it a general feeling of optimism. Depending on how Jupiter is configured in your natal chart, it can also open the door to travel, broadening your perspective through higher education. The shadow side of the Sun Jupiter meeting includes exaggerating the sunny side of life, telling people everything's fantastic when in fact it's not, and overextending yourself, lending money to people, saying you can do this, you can buy this, you can pay for this when you can't. A dark cloud is on the horizon on Saturday, April 8, when Venus makes the second of 4 squares with Saturn. Although Venus is still in Pisces, the difference between this square and the first one in January is that Venus is now retrograde. And unfortunately, Venus retrograde in a square with Saturn retrograde is, nothing but trouble, a double negative for love and self-esteem, and not a good sign for finances. More storms are on the way later on Saturday when the Aries sun squares off with Pluto. That's when your desires can clash with bigger circumstances, and you may find yourself mixed up in an intense power struggle. Not to be outdone, Mercury goes out of phase this weekend. Mercury is out of phase for 3 weeks. So we have Venus, Mercury, and Saturn, and Jupiter all out of phase. We had 9 planets moving direct at one point, and now we have 4 retrograde, 2 of which are very important to our day-to-day lives. So it's that mixed bag that we're experiencing right now. More about Mercury retrograde next week. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again soon.